everyone, and welcome to SpeedGaming 3. We're back with more Creative Time Randomizer SpeedGaming Live 2022 online tournament here. Brackets round 1 this time between MorceauLion64 and Phant. I'm starting with me on comms this time is Angle. How are you doing?
I'm doing great today. How about yourself?
Doing well. Looking forward to a good race here.
Yeah, this should be a pretty good matchup here.
Phant, one of the veterans of the veteran randomizer player. Marceau is newer, been playing randomizer for about 8 months. This is his first formal tournament, so we'll see how he does. Did have him on co-comms yesterday. Showed a very good grasp of game knowledge and of routing. We'll see how that applies in actually playing the game, as that is quite a child spawn.
You should get your guesses in, yeah?
Not quite yet. They did start with Minuet and the Ruby, so Marceau is going to play the Minuet immediately to get Vanilla Saria song and get some hints as Phant gets some money and Market is really the hero. Already a pretty interesting start here.
Yeah, I like what Phant's doing here. She's going straight for the Lon grab your song, and then, you can Minuet right after this because, you don't really have anywhere else to go out of Lon, so...
Sunsong and Ice Cavern, and the lens game they spawned in is dead, so, well...
Aww. But we spawned there.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's useful. Skull Mask is a wallet. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, you probably will ignore that, at least, for a while there. Well, it's usually not too important.
No, but they can be a difference maker. Nice slingshot. No Deku wonky logic today, at least. But Engel, you missed. Guess you missed yesterday's first brackets restream. Then Dylan versus Drunas was actually decided by the ability to do Fire Temple.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Seed was very linear if you did Way of the Hero, Water Medallion, Fire very early. But one runner did not have one runner opened small chest and got hearts. The other did not, and was unable to climb fire because no bottles, no tunic, and no wallet for a good while.
Yeah, fire definitely rough. You want at least 5 hearts if you don't have the tunic, or at least a bottle to get a fairy.
Yeah, and that was the difference maker yesterday because fire just locked. Well, everything. It was a linear scene if you got Fire Temple done early. You just had to be able to get into Fire Temple. Was the big issue, that one. Yeah, 3 hearts is not enough. Shadok was there for that race and knows all too well. That was a feels bad to have the ability to do Fire Temple be the difference maker that seed. There's a Bloopy in the silo, so that's not it. And Phant's gonna walk out of here. Where she's going.
It looks like the old tried and true Valley Lake play here. A lot of runners opt to kind of skip.
As we say that, here's a like highly foolish in the deck tree for Marceau.
Well, I mean, if Valley pays out, it could be big though.
It could be, especially because Marceau won't want to go to Valley for a while here with Lake Foolish.
Yeah, Lake Foolish, and in these settings we get the free Scarecrow, so you don't even have to go set that up. Less of a reason to go out there as Child.
Yeah, nothing in Serenade in the Composer Grave today. And no, chat suggesting that Phant might have been heading for Kokiri, but that doesn't make sense when you have the Minuet. You just play that and go to.
Yeah, she'll definitely play Minuet when she wants to go get Kokiri done. So we get some double defense.
Deku Tree so far not yielding much, but it is Sphere Zero. We have a slingshot even for Lagoma logic, and oh, there's a big chest as I say that. I'm blind. And a small chest. So let's see what this is. Double defense. Nice. Now, Angle, you should be watching the bot screen share, not the runner's personal streams. I think you might be ahead of me otherwise. Alright, Valley here for Phant. So far not turning up much besides telling us Water Central Pillar is dead. Don't need a Skull Mask Wallet for that.
Yeah, so early Valley play just not paying out here. And we know Lake's dead, so kind of, you know, a few minutes of time loss here for Phant.
There might be a hint here at the Lake Lab, which might be valuable at least for Phant, because Mephisto won't be getting that ever, probably. Fire Foolish. That is a good hint.
Yeah, if Fire turns out to be one of the dungeons we need to do, that could be pretty useful if you get like an early boss key.
Phant is going to go for back lake hints here. Really big time thing for what we know to be Foolish Lake, but again, if there's good information, this could be a real difference.
Oh, and there's the Valley hint!
Oh, that just feels bad.
Oh, that feels bad.
If the other one's Lake Foolish, I'm just gonna feel really bad for Phant.
Come on, get us a good hint for Phant.
I really hope so, because otherwise this would be such a bummer for a total time sink. Frog Stew is dead. Okay. Not the worst hint, but certainly not the best. Frog Stew is not frequently required due to its high item requirements, and it's not one you tend to do all that often anyway.
Yeah, and it looks like Phant's going for fishing here, which we know is another waste of time, which... Well, these time losses are going to add up here pretty quickly. As Morceau with the nice quick kill Agoma, already done with Deku.
So far not showing up much besides double defense, and let's see what the reward is. Was this useful at all, or was this a bust? Spirit Medallion. Hey, at least it's required.
Yeah, it's required, and we know we got Fire hinted as the Baron Dungeon, so we're not gonna, see a Baron Deku later that'll hurt Morceau. Phant will likely clear out the whole thing too. But yeah, this is actually Morceau's second race of the day. He already competed in a league match a few hours ago. So looking to get 2 wins on the day here.
Yep. Fish is caught for Phant. Let's see what she gets. It'll be foolish, and yep, stick. But so far, all of their Sphere Zero checks really not turning up anything. They've got a couple songs, they've got... We know there's a well-known Skull Mask, and that's about it.
We got some good warp songs here with Minuet and Nocturne, but yeah, looking likely we're gonna have to go adult. Maybe Kakariko will hold the keys.
Quite possible at this point, as Phant gets her Saria song. And, skips the hint of this. Yep, I was like, Phant, where are you going? Almost forgot to check the hint there, which market is Way of the Hero. We know it's not the Lens mini games, but it could be could be Child Shooting Gallery, could be the Pose, could be Bowling, could be Richard. Or we'll see. Got another hint here from Nafsu. What was that again? Oh, Darunia's got Rudo's letter. Okay.
Well, that's an interesting one.
Good hint. We'll need to go. Unfortunately, can't actually get that right now because they don't have Zelda's Lullaby. They will need to backtrack for that, but it's a good hint to have. I am also not sure what on earth happened to the stream layout. We're just send a Pink to fix it. Looks like they're just going to be doing what the other has already done, so... for the moment, Ranch for Marceau, Lost Woods for Phant. Lost Woods into Deku, I assume, for Phant, so... Not much going on right now. We've got a few songs, we've got some hints. But without more information, really, it's just going to be Adult Cac next for these two. As the most checked in location that's available.
Yeah, we've got a lot of hints read, especially from Phant's side, but you know, surprisingly, they haven't told us a whole lot. You know, we're looking to see more Way of the Hero locations. Really looking for like a bomb bag, a hookshot, something to really open this seed up. So probably expect more so to finish up Lon Lon and Go Adult here.
Oh, okay, and there we go. Scene's back. To normal, thank you to whoever started it. And nothing on the computer switch just yet. Anything particularly you might like to see out of this seed angle?
You know, something different. Let's get like required Ice Cavern or you know, required Sun Song from it, right?
I kind of want to see a 30 Skull seed. I don't think I've had a single one in all of brackets.
Yeah, I think they've all been pretty light on skulls. We know 40 and 50 are turned off. So, really just looking for that 30 hint.
Yeah.
More so finally gonna give us our first market check.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Is this the Way of the Hero, or will they need to find some items for it? / wait time of day on Richard for it. For that Way of the Hero, we'll have to see.
Okay, light. That's good. We need those, but that is not our Way of the Hero here.
No, because in these settings, light arrows cannot be hinted directly Way of the Hero because the Ganondorphin is accessible before lights are required. And Water Temple is Central Pillar is still useless. Thanks. So
Looks
even the
like-
hint that Phant got from Valley is of no use.
Yeah, it looks like Morceau's going a little out of the way here for another hint, kind of like Phant did. Getting the second castle hint here.
Yeah, it's also a chance to pass a bit of time of day if he's looking to do Richard too.
Yeah, you can do this to pass time of day. I'd be more inclined to just go adult, get your Kakariko graveyard done. You know, you can set time of day with Ganon's castle, but looks like he's close enough to nighttime that he's gonna wait.
Yep. OJC is also dead. That's a nice hint to have as Phant gets her double defense.
Oh,
Oops.
and Phant missing the missing the jump a little. I'm wondering if Morceau now will opt also to get Dompe digging, since we have the correct time of day for that. It's a little tricky to route in sometimes.
Yeah, especially because he does have Nocturne to route that. Richard is a bomb bag. That's way of the
Good
hero.
boy as always.
Oh, probably way of the hero. Not guaranteed, but that is very good to have early. Opens up quite a lot of early game checks. And our hint here is that Sacred Forest Meadow is way of the hero.
Well, we got
Saria's
Saria's, and yeah, that's what it looks like for now.
Yeah, we'll have to see the medallion layout to confirm whether or not Jabu's a required reward, or if we're in for some interesting times. We know Saria's song is not for Skull Kid, both because we saw it and because it's hinted to. And once Marceau goes adult, he'll be able to check both the Minuet song and the Wolfish Grotto all together. Down page, just a bloopy. It could be Shenmue. It could be Saria's for Rudos for Ice Cavern to get Sunsign for the Sunsign Grave. I have no idea what's on the crate.
It looked like nothing useful.
Thanks. This will also be a chance to get some skulls from Marceau.
Yeah, both of our runners opting to be very thorough in their child ones here. Which, it's interesting, especially when you have a bomb bag and you haven't, checked the Temple of Time to see what dungeons. Maybe, Dodongos might be an early dungeon you could go do instead. Alright, we're gonna have 10 skull check already, less than 20 minutes in.
Yep. Just a recovery cart.
Alright, Morceau becoming an adult here. So we get to see what our required dungeons are here. We need all 3 spiritual stones, and then the shadow and spirit medallions.
Yep. Oh, light medallion, fire is there, and that's good. Spirit, shadow, forest, Deku, and I totally misled. Spirit, shadow. Oh, yeah, I completely.
Water was
Spirit.
the forest medallion, so that's interesting. That blocks some songs.
Water, spirit, shadow is the 3 stand. The 3. Let's see. Fox do wave that again. Shadow wave hero, Darunia again, and Skull Mask again. Water medallion, shadow wave the hero is fun.
And
there's Requiem,
Requiem,
which might be waved hero here in SFM.
Well, it looks like we do have Jabu as a stone, so Earwoth's kind of just taken up immediately by that Saria's for letter.
Yeah.
And Phant here, going adult, didn't get the bomb bag, so this is kind of the difference in routing. Phant doing Lon Lon and then Deku left more kind of daytime to kill, so she's kind of opting, to go adult, whereas, Morceau did Deku, then Lon Lon, brought it closer to nighttime for the market. And apparently Sacred Forest Meadow just gonna give us everything? A wallet.
That's not most likely not way of the hero.
Probably not, but
because Central Pillars dead, and our other wallets Sphere Zero and Skull Mask.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be. And Fire's dead too anyway, so.
Yeah, and we know where Rudo's letter is for Blue Fire for Ice Cavern access, though admittedly we have no idea where ZL's coming out. Nice slingshot.
And again, I like what Morceau's doing here, opting to clear out Lost Woods and then, I'm guessing, route this into a Dodongo's play, which will help reset his time of day to daytime for Kakariko.
Oh, the Pona song on Burning Cack and Din's Fire here in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. Okay, those are hints.
But yeah, just very nice time of day management, it looks like here from Morceau, which, over the course of a seed, when you know Sunsong is all the way out in ice, this can really help you out here. But Phant picking up a nice bow from Dompe.
The Lost Woods is way of the hero. That is an interesting hint as we get a pair of iron boots out of the Goron City maze.
Alright, iron boots not exactly what you want to find there, with water not necessarily being required, but we did get that Din's Fire from Lost Woods, so that's good.
Which would make sense. Shadow Temple is way of the hero, and you need Dins to get in. Where was the bow that Phant got? I was.
That was on the Dompe race.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so nice easy bow to get for both runners.
Yep.
And nice easy lullaby there, so we're going to be able to get letter whenever we want.
Yep, that's always nice. To be expected, as there's only so many spots available for ZL with this medallion layout. Looks like Jabu and DC are our other two stones. So they will need to do that, so three definitely required. I have no idea what's on the wall here. Did you catch the volcano item?
I think the volcano was just a heart. I could not see the wall either with that peak.
If Marceau did, I couldn't tell. He might just check that in a second here. Bigoron's dead. Lost Woods is still Way of the Hero. And here is Hover
Hovers.
Boots.
Well, we're getting very close to being able to go to Shadow.
Yep. Volcano's a full heart container, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, we just need a magic meter to get in the. We need a magic meter to get in and a hookshot, and that's about it for Shadow at this point, which is.
Shadow might have our hookshot at this point. We're getting everything so quick for it.
He might. Marceau pick up a Goron tunic somewhere because he doesn't have a timer.
Yeah, he must have found the tunic somewhere.
I've completely missed where that was, admittedly. Oops. Ah, he bought it. That makes sense, actually, with the wallet he has. Requiem here for Phant. Pick up that shield, so that's the chunk song item, alright. And so backtracking through Crater, as we find out Ranch is our final Way of the Hero for Nocturne.
Surprise, Nocturne. Surprise, all of the hints are pointing you to Shadow Temple today.
Yep, song up time with the Crater, okay. But yes, Shadow Temple. We think Shadow Temple's Way of the Hero. And Zora's River is our final foolish, alright. We're missing a 30 skeleton, and that's it.
We have Phant, looks like, got done with Kakariko and grabbing some song checks. Not getting much other than that bow, so setting time of day to night. And gonna go get the bomb bag on Richard, it looks like. So we get another big chest in the trail. What could we have here? There are the two sword slashes saying, "Come on, I just bought that."
Marceau is mad.
We'll get Dodongo's done here. Phant picking up the bomb bag. We'll see if she just immediately makes a U-turn for Dodongo's as well or not.
There's the other Fire Foolish, so that's good for Marceau that the hint wasn't a second copy of that hint wasn't a good location, because the first was at the Lake Lab, and he is not getting that one ever.
Yeah, so there's no possible way of, like, finding the hammer in Shadow and getting confused here.
No. Hammer and Shadow would be funny for Crater Fairy or Hammer Rocks or JTG, but it would be clear. You at least know it's not Fire Temple. And you probably stick around more likely, too. Alright, this is going to be Rudo's letter for Phant, which, if you're going to go back child, this makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, get all of Goron City done, as she hasn't been the one to do adult side. That was more so earlier. And might opt to go upriver, turn in the letter too. We'll see. It could be kind of a bad play, as we saw River being hinted barren, but
there are 3 more hints in River, though we know at this point their value is dubious at best, since we've seen a very extensive variety of hints between our 2 runners. There's not really, unless it's the 30 skulls hint in River and the others at a terrible location, and it's like, I don't know, Boomerang on 30 or something. It's not much worth it, probably.
yeah.
She's going to pick up her wallet here.
I mean, really,
need to add Requiem, by the way, to that Man for SFM way of the hero, because that might be required. Spirit is the Fire Medallion, but
could be important.
Bonus is on Burden Cac, and Spirit does have a lot of checks.
Well, yeah, our runners have to be wondering, you know, how much is even left to find, though, right? We just kind of need, you know, hookshot, strength, and we could do forest. We have the letter. Just kind of looking for the rang then for Jabu.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
You know, we get a magic here. We could be in Shadow and almost in go mode soon.
That's possible. We'll have to see where stuff went.
Or, you know, Shadow could, like, hand us an extra strength and then, you know, side trip to Spirit.
That's also possible. Here's Dins for Phant.
But, you know, as I say, we're not missing a ton of big items. We're also, like, getting down to it in terms of good options for checks to go to, right?
Yeah, we have a bomb bag and I guess a bottle now, apparently.
Apparently a
regular
bottle.
But we've got a bomb bag, we've got Rudos, we've got a regular bottle, and both pair of boots, and that's about it for substantial items, which doesn't actually open up that much.
That's the problem. Now, do you go, like, Child Spirit? Do you go Ice? Are you checking Domain as a kid? It's a little questionable here what decision you make.
Yeah, Child Spirit's not even in Logic right now. They don't have any. Child Spirit's not even doable. Well, no, they have a slingshot.
We have a slingshot.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's on the tracker. That's why I forgot it.
Yeah, but we could do it in Logic. Could go Ice in Logic. So it's a bit of a commitment for each, though.
It is. I mean, I don't think there's any exceptionally appealing options in this situation. That's a Strength of King Dongo. Okay. That is required, but is not immediate progression of any appreciable kind.
Yeah, again, we like seeing it, but it doesn't open a ton. We're really
I don't think it opens anything right now.
But there's a
well,
different
that
strength on the pot.
does. As I say that,
Uh-oh.
well, Adult Spirit suddenly becomes the next thing.
Suddenly Spirit looks like a decent option for both runners. Because you have to imagine Morceau will go back sooner or later to get the letter and find that strength.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't look like he's going to find much of anything here in Adult.
Yeah,
He's going to get the bow, he's going to get ZL for that letter, and he's not going to get much else. Like, he'll get Redead Grotto, which I wonder what that is, because Phant had no explosives at the time. Here's irons for Phant, but yeah, we are in a bit of an odd spot currently. Here's an extra stupid thought. 20 Skulls is probably in.
Oh, I had a different extra stupid thought.
Which is?
We get some Watts, go beat water, get us a Song of Storms maybe.
That's also possible. And the 20 Skulls is definitely in between letter they can turn in. They've got fire access, they've got spirit access, they've got DC. There's a bunch.
Yeah, bombs alone open up a bunch of skulls, so...
Bombs and bobble alone is enough for 20, yeah. Plus all the other stuff gets them even closer to 30, I think, at this rate. Just speaking of loose
you spoke it into existence. The grotto is just juice.
Juice and big just can be nice. They can also be trolly like right that.
Yeah, you know, early in the seed, you open it and you're like, oh, okay, if it's your first explosives. Once you have the bomb bag, you're just, ugh, come on.
Especially when they're this low on stuff.
Yeah, I think, though, for Morceau, the appealing play is, you know, go back child. You do still have the market Wath, which could have been the bomb bag, but there could be something on bowling, you know. Check that out, maybe. Get your letter. You'll get that other strength, and then, you know, maybe Spirit becomes the appealing play.
He is grabbing Serenade. Potentially thinking about those Iron Boots turning up might be a thing to get later. It is an interesting one, but I guess he's choosing to do this while he's in Adult Graveyard. Nothing on Bowling 1. And Bowling 2 is nothing either.
But yeah, Serenade, you're here in Graveyard, you might as well pick it up. You know, if you find a scale along the way later, it'll make your trip to Jabu faster, so... pretty reasonable to grab it.
Me as well. We'll be getting his bow shortly as Phant goes back adult.
Yeah, Phant probably heading up onto Dodongo's Cavern, get one of your required dungeons done, see if it gets you anything useful.
We know there will be a strength 2 there, which will probably send her off to Adult Spirit, I expect, shortly.
That'll definitely be a big think right there when you get a second strength.
Yeah, especially with Requiem in Way of the Hero SFM. We know Saria Song is confirmed for the Jabu, letter in Jabu at this point, but it is nice, and it's also
always
just
tough
stuff to do.
It's tough when you have one thing in a Way of the Hero area that you're like, sure, that definitely was Way of the Hero, but this other thing opens up a lot of checks too. Maybe the game's actually hinting at that. You never know.
Yeah, because even though each Way of the Hero only points at one item, the more items that are Way of the Hero in a region, the more likely it is to be hinted just because of sheer math.
Yep.
Like, if 2 out of 10 items on the Way of the Hero list are in SFN versus 1 out of 10, that's a difference. For instance, where always full clear Way of the Heroes. Phant's gonna get her chew pack. So it does remember last second. No, wait, I have Song of Time. I can just go through here. I already picked up Seal, so it's just gonna head right out. Not sure where he's going next.
Probably.
Battle shooting might be a thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he just got the bow, so finish that off in Kakariko. It looks like also wanting a shield here. Neither runner's bought one yet.
And Phant, as expected, is heading into DC. Yeah, I think that's what that was for the money grind angle. Just get the 20 rupees for a shield and then adult shooting. Adult Spirit's interesting because they're because they're item set. They have no useful fire sources. They have no hookshot. They do, however, have Strength 2. They have Strength 2 is in Logic. They have Hover. Neither of them has Strength 2, but we know that it's in Logic. There's Hover Boots. Bow for adult and Slingshot for child as ranged weapons. So it'll be interesting to see what the key layout ends up being in Spirit. Which will tell us what's actually in Logic.
For sure, with oftentimes parts of Spirit being magic locked in, it looks like magic is really what we're after right now to get into Shadow.
Pretty much, because all of our Way of the Heroes are pointing to Shadow Temple and they haven't seen it. But that's gonna be a reset for Marceau.
Well, it's not a very helpful spawn.
Not at all. Just sitting there in the London Ranch stable.
Oh, was that a big chest on the Spirit Hand up there?
I'm not sure.
I want to say I saw a big one up there.
That might explain a thing or two, so that's a logical mess on that chest as Marceau gets his shield. Oh, Marceau can also get Colossus Fairy, which Phant couldn't get earlier. No, I don't think she had bombs or a ZL at the time. What is that on the arch?
I didn't catch it, but I don't think it was useful.
That's dark colored. I'm not sure if that was a nut or something else. Yeah, Chanakar Tracker pointing out, we've got Bolero and Storms as our remaining two no information on them songs, which are between OOT and Prelude. A water completion for Storms and the Prelude check could easily have our rank. You're correct. We're currently running off the assumption, more or less, that we've probably got a hookshot in Shadow Temple. I'm just wondering what's in Spirit right now, because that seems to be where the game's pointing us before Shadow right now.
Well, could be pointing us. Again, Ice Cavern, also just sitting there wide open with that letter. Or as you said, like, skulls or a random check could just have, magic, and then you're in Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
We got Morceau kind of thinking where to go here. Started with Serenade, now opting for Requiem.
Remembering, oh wait, maybe Child Spirit should be checked. Yeah, first magic on chickens would be quite something, Shannock. Flashbacks to the first brackets match from last year, where both runners hard logical last location magic on chickens. Hard logical last location because neither of them ever did Flame Storage Composer Grave, which had the other magic meter. The seed should have taken about 2 hours, 2 hour 15. It took more like it took almost 3 hours instead due to the last location. Rip Mux's shield.
Yeah, that's kind of bad because I think Morceau was making this play to go up, all the way to that top hand for that big chest, and you'd like to have the shield for the Iron Knuckle fight.
Yeah. We'll have to do jump slash strats on it instead.
Meanwhile, Phant taking care of the hardest boss in the game, the king. Gonna get the second strength. First one to have 2 here. Now, will we see dueling child and adult spirits at the same time, maybe?
We might. At this point, the adult spirit would be a sensible play for Phant. There does look like there is a key here, which, yep.
Yeah, again, that could point to Requiem being required. Having to go child side spirit, get a key.
How many keys are on child climb is going to tell us a lot about what's in logic. Because there's only a handful of checks that can have, that are accessible to them to have the first 3 keys to put most of spirit in. Those being the 2 child side, Boulder's chest of adult, they can't get compass without a hookshot, so they can peek it. Boulder's chest is adult, and the 2 child climb checks are the accessible checks in which they need to find 3 keys to put more of adult spirit in. And then
so 2 more keys out of these 3 checks. For logic, at least, but, we don't necessarily care about logic here, right?
No, but there is something to keep in mind, potentially. There's a boss key.
Wrong key. And not a small key, so...
That's not good.
Looks like we're magic locked in spirit, then.
It must be at least one of magic or hook locked out of here.
Or hook, yeah, I guess it could still be hook if there are 2 on the early adult.
Mm-hmm. And that means whatever's on the right hand is extremely out of logic, too. Big chest here for Phant. Fire arrows is not helpful.
No, we already have Dins, so... and we do have a fire-locked key here.
That's pretty much expected with this layout so far, yeah. Would not be surprised to see one on Sunblock. This is... For these runners, this spirit key layout sucks.
Yeah, but at least now let's more so go all the way to the top with that key.
Yeah, so small perks. Yeah, so if magic's in spirit at all, it would have to be on the Boulder's chest.
Well,
the rest of
we could still have the 2 small keys on early adult, right?
True, but then you need a hookshot.
We would need a hookshot somewhere else in logic, but
yeah, something is locking them out of everything but Boulder's chest of adult spirit right now. Logically, as far as what we haven't seen yet. Time to deal with a fairly dicey Iron Knuckle fight here for Morceau.
Yeah, only 3 Deku sticks, no shield. Might see...
broken stick setup here.
Some rough jump slashing.
Very nice.
Yeah, making it look easy.
Yeah, it is very, very easy to get hit by the iron knuckle there. But only to got hit one hit and managed to avoid the rest. Alright, what's this?
A scale.
That's...
Not what you wanted. It at least helps you get to, you know, domain easy with the Serenade, but...
Which is where he's going now, but yeah, that's gonna dive to domain, go pick up go dive to Lost Woods, get the letter and probably turn that in. It's nice to have, but it's not what you wanted.
No, Phant, checking the Trail Fairy there, which I believe more so had to orphan without Lullaby. But
I think
unfortunately, also turning up nothing. And there's the River Hint, so yeah, Adult Spirit.
Stick upgrade, convenient. Yeah, Adult Spirit seems to be the play, as it were, because this scale really doesn't give us... Well, A, it's incredibly far out of logic. B, it gets us very, very little.
Yeah, with the lake being barren, that check's dead, so...
And we already have irons too, so yeah.
Yeah, really, all it does is get us to domain easier, but, you know, you take it.
For the time sink, at least it wasn't the Stone of Agony on that big chest. 30 skulls instead, alright. Gonna pick up another skull here from Marceau, makes sense. As mentioned, 20 skulls is one of our outstanding checks. One of the lousier outstanding checks, but it is available. And we'll see what Phant gets here on this chest.
Oh,
It's
big.
It is an item. Okay.
I'm telling you, as a runner, I hate those so much.
Yeah.
You get your hopes up like, oh, big chest? Requiem was Wath? Yes? No.
Compasses, by the way, confirmed our third key. They will need a hookshot to continue in Adult Spirit. At least logically.
But that also then confirms for us that the 3 keys, one being magic locked. So, less likely that Spirit's gonna give us anything?
Less likely, yeah. Because magic and hookshot are two of the few things we still need this seed. And is gonna be fairly disappointed by this child spirit, I think.
Yeah, but it's really like no harm here because as we just saw Morceau do it, so both runners just running over the same checks.
Yep. Here's letter from Marceau, who will also be getting his strength 2 shortly. Strength 2, which really doesn't get you anywhere pretty much right now.
Well, I mean, Morceau has keys that... Or wait, no, he used them. Because he kept the scale, yeah. So he doesn't have any keys for Adult Spirit.
No. He's showing us why the hookshot's logically required to continue anywhere else. Is because he... in Y3 keys are required for Adult Climb because he can't use 2 keys on Child side and then be unable to get further up as Adult, or the other way around for the scale right hand.
Yeah, so I'm guessing this is just going to be go back to domain now with this letter, turn it in, get those checks done. Maybe you could dip into Jabu, it's 1 check.
Allen Fairy's a thing too if you wanted to go there as a child, just in case that's the boomerang.
There already was a race earlier today, Star, where the boomerang was vanilla.
Oh, really?
I may have been a part of it. Thankfully, it was hinted, but
Nice. Marceau's getting
I'm
a shield.
just
Understandable.
saying, could happen again.
It could. The odds would be hilarious if it is, but Marceau buying a shield makes sense, and he's gonna go.
Doesn't make sense. What do you need the shield for now? You already did
I guess he
Deku, did
wants
Spirit.
I guess he just wants it. While he was there, it wasn't a far detour for it, at least. Even if I guess he doesn't have a super strong need for it.
Yeah, I'm just a little surprised he didn't just use the scale to go over from Lost Woods to River to Domain.
Oh, I see where he's going. His chat notes. Field checks!
Yeah, he might want to grab a few more rupees first. As he realizes it.
Yep, because taking out buying that shield took most of his money. That did not work.
Not wasting the choose. Alright.
Okay,
I hope the scrub is nothing, or the open grotto hands us money.
This is a situation where you actively want a blue pea. I think or how much does that scrub cost?
It's 10 here, so...
I think he's gonna okay, he remembers that he does need 3 more rupees.
Well, he's using
you can't actually bonk this tree for,
the exact amount.
Oh, nice game knowledge on his end, then. That tree does not come up often. I actually remember that tree has rupees, I just don't remember how much because of how rarely this tree comes up.
Yeah, it is good game knowledge too, because not all of them have the money. Some of them will give you other things.
Yeah, and Field Scrub, just more choose! We've got 3 true packs and the bomb bag, and we don't need that many exclusives game. SFM is still laying up the hero, and well, we've already got all our hints. Yeah, just the 5-pack. Not that it really matters at this point for Marceau. Choose. And Phant's gonna do the Iron Knuckle here.
Yeah, I mean, makes
I'm curious
sense.
to see if she keeps the scale, since that could make a real difference here, as we find on the other edge she's not.
That is an interesting call, because she knows there's no other key to be had.
Whereas Marceau is perhaps assuming there's a key on boulders, and that's why he kept the scale. Unfortunately, we know that's not the case. Where's Marceau going? Why is Marceau going Foolish Valley? Or Hinted Valley?
I think this... no, he is going Valley.
Oh no, oh wait, no, the Valley Hint was in Back Lake. Whoops.
Yeah, the Valley Hint was back of the lake, so he doesn't know. He's gonna just check these two.
And Phant is not ditching the scale. Okay, that is even on those two for that front.
Which I think it's fine, because, like you said, the logic is really not pointing you into Spirit right now.
No, I get it as well. It would have just been interesting to see what might have resulted from climbing further in Adult Spirit, but it makes sense to not do so.
But again, yeah, just they're both crossing over each other's paths so much here.
You're just hunting for that progression right now. Whatever it is, wherever it is.
It's got to either be our first hook shot or our magic blocking, everything else.
Pretty much. We have most other things. Domain Fountain rank chess makes a lot of sense. Just generally, Domain Fountain...
Yeah, Domain's a great play here, because you just turn in the letter, check this stuff, and then if you don't get anything child side, you probably just hit up Ice Cavern.
It is the densest play for these two at this point. They don't really have anywhere else to go at all. Besides the domain fountain area now. They've done all of the other obvious checks.
Yeah, I mean, we have, what, 20 skulls, chickens as the kind of oddball ones, but...
They're both kind of out of the way at this point.
But now Morceau's even kind of valuing some of these extra hints.
Yeah.
Probably heading to domain.
Gonna try and get some more money for Zora diving, I think.
Yeah.
Not having any luck whatsoever. Okay, his luck really sucks. He'll just have to grind some in Domain River, I guess.
I mean, you can farm the one pot in front of the Zora shop, which has a bloopy in it. It's not the worst.
Also, happy 1 hour, everyone.
But it looks like, you know, if Domain here does pay out, Phant will kind of move into a tiny lead. I was kind of feeling like Morceau had an edge for a while here, and now it's really caught up.
Yeah, because Morceau does some of the checks that Phant already did, and just slightly different routing order for all that they've done. Most of the same checks. As we hit the hour mark here, give our runners a follow, Morceau and Phant, as well as my co-com Angle and our tracker Shannock. Thanks for all your work.
Yeah, thanks to all our viewers today. Love seeing this tournament every year.
It's always fun. Just a small chest on the domain torches, so that's not our answer.
Uh-oh. Do you hear it? It's calling. Rush ice. Rush ice. Rush ice.
Doesn't even count as rush ice an hour and what,
It
10
doesn't
to 15
anymore,
minutes
but...
in. Because it's going to be like an hour 10, hour 15 by the time they get there.
What? The gold gauntlets? Alright, rush that fairy fountain instead.
It's hinted dead, otherwise they would.
Was it? Oh, I missed it. Oh, no.
It was hinted at Castle Tune Remote Grotto, so Marceau knows, Phant does not. So Phant will go COGC for whatever flavor of dead that was, because it didn't bother writing it down.
Oh, yeah, we also haven't seen Hyrule Castle Fairy, though, right? Because...
No.
Morceau checked the hints, but couldn't get the actual check.
Yeah.
But definitely also interesting, Phant not dipping into Jabu real quick there, or the Fountain Fairy.
No, yeah, just because it could be vanilla Rang or Rang just under the doorstep. Under the doormat, that is, right? We'll see if what So chooses to do. Phant's gonna get the Fairy Fountain and the hint here. Bonjour, Vela. Yeah, rank just doesn't feel good when you get found for in the way to ice, but if the rank isn't one of those who checks, it just ends up feeling bad.
It doesn't feel good, but you have to beat Jabu in the seed anyway, so I feel like it doesn't feel that bad either, you know?
There's strength 3 from Marceau.
But also, it's neither runner interested in checking the first check of Jabu.
Nope. And Hyrule Castle Fairy is completely dead. Just a heart piece. So that's prelude for Phant. Marceau actually has great time of day for chicken, so that's where he's going, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like I'm getting really low on checks, so I guess we're doing it chickens. But it's only 3, so it's
not the worst. Yeah, I mean, it's this, yeah, I'm running out of checks, I might as well do this last child check before going back adult.
And on the other side, Phant, back adult, looks like going for OGC, not knowing that hint. Which makes sense.
And then probably ice next, I think, for her and for Marceau, unless you find something else here.
Unless chickens pays out, I think it's gonna be ice for both, yeah.
And the answer is...
The hook
oh my
shot! Oh no.
Oh no, Phant. That is such a...
That is very bad for Phant.
that is a terrible spot for a first hook shot. Oh, and I forgot Boulder of Destiny. Okay, so there is that. Which is a small chest. And Phant, I think, is seen enough hints. He's just gonna leave that behind.
Yeah, but this is really rough now for Phant. Kind of orphaning that check if it's the only hook shot. Morceau obviously just gonna go cruise right through Forest Temple.
Yeah.
If Forest hands us a magic, this could be kind of go mode here.
Yeah, if it's just Boomerang, Wave, the Hero, and Shadow, that and Magic's in the Forest, Marceau might be on the path to Dot Dunning. Ticknight Grotto is just a vanilla heart piece.
I think at this point, Phant really needs like Ice Cavern to have magic, and then maybe Shadow has Hook and Boomerang.
Something like that. Hey, VXR. Requiem is probably not Way of the Hero. The biggest thing about this seed right now is that we're probably like something within like we have like less than 10 locations left in the game probably, and one of those was chickens for the first hook shot from us, so which Phant unfortunately has decided to skip, and we have no idea where the other one is.
Yeah, I mean the seed could still throw us for a loop. You know, we could get long shot for water or GTG or something, or you know, hammer, mirror shield. Doesn't have to be straight up boomerang in Shadow.
No, but we have yet to see. Epona song is on Burning Cat. That is not a useless song. It does hardlock HBA and is logically required for Big Pose. So they would do Big Pose on foot if it came to that. Potentially. Lake Hylia, at least they do not need to touch Lake Medallion Fire Temple today. That's one of the nicer aspects of this particular seed.
You know, that's certainly a path that could exist.
Yes, it would, Shadow in chat suggesting Hammer and Shadow for Hammer Chest and GTG, for Longshot to complete water, for Storms to get, Storms on Prelude to get Mirror in the Well to get Rang on Rova with Magic on Sunset and Grave. That would be stupid. Also possible.
Yeah, but just quick snooze in Forest here as Phant's off to ice.
They are both new sets of checks, as linear as Forest is.
Yeah, but it's Forest. There's nothing in here, right?
Possible. These are our two main locations for checks. Hookshot does also open up Adult Spirit.
Yeah, if
so it is still logically magic locked to keep in mind.
we do have parts of water open too. We've Iron Boots.
Iron Boots, ZL, a bow, hovers. Yeah, there's a decent amount of water open with the hookshot now, actually. There is the boss key.
Yeah, just a lot of early keys here in Forest.
Pretty much as expected.
Couldn't quite tell what was under the ice there, but Phant seems very uninterested in it, so... Off to the ferry.
Yep. And there's the Valley Hint. There's another key from us. So there will be a bunch of items in the back of Forest. And there's a Kokiri sword on Fountain Ferry. Okay. That's not really helpful at this point.
No, you want a child item, but that's the wrong one.
Yeah, they've already done most of Child. I guess it'll be nice for Chabu, but that's about it for the Kokiri sword's utility. So we only the song in Ice Cavern was hinted today. It wasn't the dual hint. So we have 4 items in here, and we've got King Zora left in this region. So still missing 2 small keys and
one more small key.
1 small key, and I think he's got the boss key. Plus a whole bunch of items in here.
Yeah, just 1 small. And a lot of items, but yeah, Phant really hoping like a different hookshot or magic is just sitting in ice here.
Yeah, that magic on chickens is going to be rough. I'm not honestly sure what her time of day was when she was towards the end of that child cycle, or if it would have. So I don't know if it would have been practical for her to do chickens.
Yeah, not sure, but again, it's just, speaks to Morceau's really great job of routing in time of day stuff throughout this whole seed.
Yeah, he's done very well so far, and this was my first time really seeing him play all that much, as this is his first tournament, and I think we've seen him around the league, and I think that's about the only other thing he's participated in. He's done pretty well so far. Also was on comms with me for a race yesterday, and has pretty good game knowledge, which we're seeing here as well.
Yeah, definitely seen him in a bunch of the weekly races and different, practice races we've all been playing in, and it's really an up-and-coming good runner here. So I'm not surprised at all to see this performance.
Now, these two being the 11th and 22nd seeds in this bracket.
Big chest, big hopes. We need something here for Phant.
And
the mirror.
Oh no, that is not.
That's not what we wanted, and yeah, that really just doesn't help at all.
No, it really doesn't. Because remember too that, oh man.
I think that just kind of rules Spirit out for having anything.
Just about, unless yeah, just more or less, unless it really is an exceptionally stupid chain of items.
I don't think there can even be a stupid chain, right? Because we have the hookshot. We just need the magic to get into Shadow to have either the rang or something to get the rang, and now that's, the something can't be anything for Spirit.
Could be a long shot in Shadow.
Well, yeah, but there wasn't a key on the hand.
No, I'm talking about burning cack.
Oh, you're saying if we need... I guess that's the one chance then, right?
Basically, at this point.
Wow.
Forest so far has turned up absolute nothing.
As it does. It's classic Forest. If it's required to go through for the reward, then, there's nothing in it.
Yep. Alright, let's see what the final item of Ice Cavern is. We do know that Sunsong is here, as we got this hint a long time ago. So we'll see if Sunsong Grave has anything of use. Otherwise, this splice was probably a bust for poor Phant. Though there still isn't that much available to keep in mind.
No, I think Phant's going to be pretty much bottlenecked right into chickens after this.
Unless it's Sunsong Grave, because this is a small chat. Unless it's Sunsong Grave or King Zora, I think Phant more or less has to go chickens.
Yeah, because I think Phant just has Unfreeze the King, the Sungrave now.
20, I don't think she's done 20. Or you?
I don't think either of them have turned in 20. And then we still have that one Jabu check, but you're, probably not going back to that before chickens at this point.
I don't think so.
The only other thing is, like, maybe you do get desperate and go out of logic because you think you're behind, and you try and
Water
go...
Temple does exist for them, or will, or exists for Marceau and will exist for Phant eventually. Yeah, you definitely don't go out of logic for anything. Just a recovery hard off KZ, so...
Just Mirror Shield, then.
Just Mirror Shield, so let's see what Sunsong Grave has, otherwise... Chickens and skulls for Phant. For Marceau, it... Ice, water, and... a couple other equally terrible overworld checks.
I'm a little surprised if Phant doesn't opt to grab Serenade while she's here, considering we have the scale and know we're going back to Jabu at some point.
Yeah, and just the small chest and Sunsong Grave, so that is not it. No Serenade for Phant. She is... going somewhere. And realized, oh, I don't actually have a hookshot.
Yeah, not sure what the play here is for Phant other than to just go back Child and clean that up.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea where she's going.
Like, you could, say you're way behind and gamble on, like, reversing to GTG or something out of logic. But
when you're missing both hookshots and opponents on Burning Cack, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
And deep fire does not, and fire temple in any fashion does not make much of any sense at the moment.
No, she has the Fire's Baron hint, and it's only the light medallion, so...
Yeah, they both have the fire foolish hint, so they shouldn't be going there. Oh, Phant doesn't have. Oh, Phant hasn't gotten the crater song yet. That's where she's going.
Oh, I didn't realize she hadn't gotten it because the hovers were right here in crater.
Yeah, I guess she did backtrack for it the way Matsuo did. She's hoping this is Storms, but unfortunately, it's just Song of Time, which does
nothing.
Basically, and she's. I'm
not sure what this is for. You know it's Baron.
I have absolutely no idea where why Phant's going to foolish light medallion fire here. So Messer for checks she forgets it's foolish? Maybe, but it would be rather unusual.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Phant's pretty good at note-taking, so... I don't know, maybe grabbing some skulls in here?
There's gotta be faster ones to get.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what
what could Phant possibly want from here? Okay, she's out. That's good.
Oh no, the magic is just on Phantom.
There it is, Phantom Ganon. Oh, well, that's bad.
That makes it very easy for Morceau no longer having a decision to make. He was probably sweating through forest like, no items, no items. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Straight to Shadow.
Immediate Nocturne for it. So...
Yeah, he's only missing Boomerang. You know Shadow either is going to hand it to you or hand you a different item to get you the rang.
Mm-hmm. Not Phant did OGC earlier, or maybe not. I'm just glad she remembered fire was foolish before continuing, because that could have gone very poorly.
Yeah, I likely would have gotten key locked without the hammer, but...
There's always the possibility, as... Alright, let's wave the hero in Shadow. It's probably the Boomerang, but it's possible it's something else.
I guess there's still, like, a potential for Morceau to, like, find Longshot or Hammer and maybe get baited into leaving halfway through Shadow with the Boomerang sitting at the end or something, but...
I think we do continue just in case just so you don't end up leaving your Boomerang behind. I mean, it's gonna be...
I think it depends on how, like, far you're in, right?
Yeah, that too.
Because if it's a long shot, too, then that opens up, you know, GTG, which might be more appealing than, you know, going the entirety of Shadow.
Yeah, and it depends, too, on what... it depends on what it is and where it is. Like, you might at least, if you... You know, here on Dead Hand, you might quit out if it's long shot, but if you're like in the Wind Hint room, you might at least, you know, go for the shortcut or something.
Yeah.
And long shot's also more compelling than hammer for, like, what, 3 checks?
Ooh,
speaking of
the
things
big chest. Is this our answer?
Nope!
Nope! Well, we know that can't be it.
That is very much not it, considering where the magic was. Not to mention our first bow was on top areas, which is Sphere 0.
Yep. And looks like Phant going for the chickens gonna probably be a little sad here.
Just a bit. Has the wait time of day 2 since she went to OGC.
She has Sun Song.
Oh, never mind. Right. You'll still need to go to DMT to actually change the time of day, because Cack and Graveyard are fixed are locations where time of day doesn't change naturally, so if you play Sunsong, it automatically goes to noon or midnight, whichever is next.
Might also be grabbing the skulls here to try and finish that off in one
That
go.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Just general cleanup of what little is left.
Yeah, because I think at this point you're like, you're hoping it's not chickens, right?
Yeah.
Since it's such an easy thing your opponent might have done early, being 3 chickens, you're like, oh, I hope it's 20 skulls or something awful instead.
Mind you, even from a fan's perspective, even if it is 20, she only has 8 right there. She can't get 20 in this trip. And here's another big chest.
Did we find it? Gold scale! Well, that does nothing, because we know we have Iron Boots and Lake's dead, so... just all of the bait in here.
Okay, game. Okay, sure. That's really not helpful.
Oh,
okay.
One more.
Sure.
Hey, the love. Chad,
More
are you feeling the
nothing.
love?
These big chests are hilarious so far. They've gotten 1 key and 3 major items they don't need.
Gotta be pretty nerve-wracking as a runner, though. You're like, come on, big chest. Are we out? Nope. Oh, another one? Come on, no. How much further must I go?
Right? Because even Marceau knows that he did chickens kind of late into the seed. Like, for all he knows, Phant did it 5 minutes in, and he's behind for it.
You really never know when it's, 3 chickens in these settings. When it's 7, you're like, okay, my opponent probably didn't do this very early, especially if Kakariko's not hinted. At 3, you're like, uh-oh, they might have just, warped here with Nocturne and got it out of the way.
Yeah. And, alright, this will be incoming for Phant. An hour 27 does not feel good for a hookshot.
No. Not in that spot.
No. Alright, here's a second key. Pretty much expected. And small chest. So is not going to get the skull. Not sure what he's at, but...
Well, at this point, I think he's pretty confident skulls aren't gonna be anything anymore.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Shinnok, this seed uses 4 of the heroes to tell you that something's important on Shadow, and then just gives you a whole load of bait. And okay, Marceau is 20, thank you. So he can turn in 20 skulls after this if he wants. So that's not a worry. And Phant is going to go into Forest, so is... At the moment, at least, Forest and about a third of Shadow Temple behind?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Oh, there's one more big chest.
Another big chest.
Did we find it? The claim chest.
Game!
Another big chest.
Please.
How about this one? Hey.
There it is. Yeah, finally. Jeez.
And that's go mode for Morceau. Looks like he's gonna take this one, barring some kind of miracle.
I think so. There's the Bosky for him.
Just really unlucky for Phant here. She played a good game today, and just, one random check having the item that hard locks the last couple things.
Yeah, chickens got her real hard to see, then that feels bad. Alright, so Serenade for Marceau, then he'll do Chabu and Ganon. He'll be done in like the next 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, should be a nice sub 2-hour seed here.
Comfortably sub 2. These are generally faster seeds, for the most part. Almost all sub 3, and a lot of them are generally in the 2-hour range, which is one of the reasons I picked these settings to help with the shorter time frame that SGL has. Yeah, ultimately the seed not totally just boomerang on chicken hookshot on chickens being the main sticking point here today.
Yeah, everything else was pretty straightforward. Again, like the dungeon layout of what you had to do was very nice too. You know, the child dungeons, forest.
The pockets,
Pretty low requirement dungeons today.
Yeah. Just don't skip chickens, everyone. I guess is the what.
I'll skip them and it'll cost me, but you know, I'm sticking to skipping chickens. That's how it be. But yeah, probably gonna want to ask more so how he's feeling. You know, what he's thinking in Jabu here. Knowing like hookshot was really early and you kind of wasted time doing spirit when you didn't need to. Are you sweating it like, uh-oh. My opponent just got that hookshot early, went forest, got the magic. Are they about to finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have any other interesting matches coming up later, Star, or?
Yeah, sure. Let's discuss that. I was actually just looking at the schedule. This is the final race of the day, at least right now on the schedule, unless someone decides to book something in at the literal last minute. But tomorrow we've got ourselves Saini versus Fabio at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then Tuesday we currently have 3 matches on the schedule. Keisenja versus Ikola will be getting a restream at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Mr. Mario versus Krez and Video James versus Nath at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. And we've got Alexis versus Breadcom that just popped up on the schedule for 3:53 Eastern. That's Wednesday. Dates are hard. And then Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Drunas versus Gavaroni. Reading is a thing. So, wrong thing.
Yeah, a lot of good matches coming up. I know Ikola versus Keisenja will be a good one to watch if you're interested in Morceau's chances here. The winner of that one will be up against him in round of 16.
Yep. And as a reminder, if you guys want to volunteer for these races yourself as a commentator or tracker, please join the SGL Discord and check out the sign-up link at that spot, which I put in the chat. We can't put the restreams on without the volunteers. Yeah, I've already got 3 on for the bracket for 3 restreams on so far. We'd like to get some more, but there's also there's a lot going on in OOT. This is one of about let's see, is this League, Scrubs, there's Multi-World, there's the Francophone tournament. This is one of at least 5 different tournaments, 5 different events going on right now in OOTI. So we also get it if people are busy and don't have time to volunteer. I know I've been all over the place myself lately.
Yeah, it's been wild trying to bounce between all of the different settings in these different tournaments and trying to remember what's what.
Yeah, for sure. I primarily focus on this and the Francophone tournament primarily at the moment. League's a bit too much for me to keep track of, and Scrubs is also just too big for me to keep track of this year. There's a limit to how much I can realistically keep straight, and especially with settings too. Jeez, generally.
Alright, we got Phant getting rid of the Staphos, a little more than halfway through Forest. Morceau about to fight Baronade. Hope we can get a nice, clean, quick kill here for him. Alright, pretty good job there. Getting rid of the jellyfish. And just kind of skipping a phase of Baronade. Making it look nice and easy. Some rolls. Intentional into it, just to speed things along. Now, it looks like it will be a little bit of an awkward Ganon fight at the end here, so we never did find the hammer or the big Oron sword.
Yeah, gonna be using nut strats probably then. Since, well, Nuts hookshot probably one of those two. Since, yeah, no hammer, no BGS which are the 2 most common options for that. BGS and the Bosky chest would be convenient.
If it's a big chest, you're opening it and hoping, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Phant may just get Phantom beaten before Morceau gets the dot done.
Yeah. Probably will, yeah, finish PG maybe and for Shadow, but will not be able to get the boomerang before the done occurs.
And again, like Phant going through forest here, not finding anything through like the entire dungeon, probably still like having that hope of, okay, it wasn't just linear in forest. I'm gonna get the unfortunate magic on the boss fight.
Yeah. And we'll see the dot done shortly after and know, okay, yeah, boomerang is probably just the Shadow and that's it. Small chest here. Only has 6 nuts though, which
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna come down to some hookshot strats.
yeah. Because for those who don't know,
Morceau. They dropped nuts. You could have picked them up and had 10.
It is easy to just not think about that.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter, but a little funny at the end here.
It is, because for those who don't know, there's actually quite a number of different things that work on Ganon's tail. Please don't die might be the bigger problem right now for Morceau. There we go. There are quite a few different things that can work on Ganon's tail in the first phase. You can do hookshot, bow, hammer, big Goron sword, giant's knife, bombs, arrows of all kinds, or kunats for some reason. Not sure why that Ganon actually takes damage from Deku Nuts, but that does work, and doing so gives you the ability to. And actually, Deku Nuts are the recommended weapon because their hitbox is enormous for some reason.
Yeah, good hitbox and just kind of the fastest to, roll under, throw down a Deku Nut, roll back and forth, rather than trying to like awkwardly angle your hook shot or bow or something at him.
Yeah, and bombs are like the literal last ditch effort, like the last resort, because those really suck. They do damage, just good luck getting them to hit.
Oh, yeah, Phantom and the real deal on screen, same time. Very nicely done there by Morceau getting the 1 cycle quick kill. Can be a little tricky to do the timing there with just a Master Sword.
Jump slashing into the cutscene even though there is nothing to crouch them with.
It's habit.
I must have.
Uh-oh.
So you can chat, don't mind what's
gonna happen?
I assume phase 1 goes pear-shaped, as Phant finally gets her magic.
Yeah, getting her magic there can't feel good at this point, having almost last location that hookshot.
Yeah, because all she had was, what, 20 skulls and...
1 check at Jabu, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
But again, like, the decision-making on her end was fine. You know, ice was a dense play. Very likely could have been the payout.
And we're getting lighter strats here on Ganon. Aiming is hard. This is why we do recommend nuts generally, because hitting this tail is kind of tricky to do, actually.
And trying not to get hit by Ganon.
That would also be of use, yes.
Little precarious. We do have milk. Could drink the milk.
Okay, gets another shot off. I think he did land all 6 nuts. And there we go.
Alright, this should be good.
Oh, jeez.
And again, like, you know, you don't know where your opponent is here, so the nerves are a factor. You're thinking, I didn't find that hookshot very early either. My opponent could just not done here while I'm, you know, trying to shoot arrows at Ganon.
And there's no use of the milk. Okay. I rather knew you'd need it from MVP to see that. Hello. Comment in the chat. But yes, there is a 15-minute delay, which is why we're seeing Maxo in chat. He's been done for, well, almost 15 minutes. And he'll be done on the stream here just shortly. Ganon Phase 2 also not cooperating. There we go.
Alright. Well, get your GGs in the chat. We have our winner in this round of 32. Morceau with a time of 147. It's going to be like 12, 13, 14.
14.
Either.
GG. GG's.
GG's.
Bonsoir, Morceau GG.
Thanks. Hi.
Hello, GG.
Thanks. That was so stressful. Like, honestly, I thought I was done when I found the hookshot.
Yeah, because you didn't exactly find the hookshot very early either. Obviously, you know, earlier than Phant, but right going into it, you didn't have a lot left in the seed when you got it. So
Nah. Yeah, like Childcack was. We had Nocturne. The thing that scares me most is that we had Nocturne, so you could go there pretty easily.
Yeah, either runner could just say, hey, it's only 3, right? And just...
Yeah, I was really scared about that because there was this big chest on right hand, so I went Chai Spirit, then I forgot Lake was barren, so I played Serenade. Then I forgot that we had free Scarecrow.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, to minimize that, I decided to go through domain to get RL and then do domain as well. But yeah, I waited for a day before going to domain because I planned to do Cuckoos.
Yeah. Yeah, so you did check-ins like during that child cycle where you turned in letter and everything. Phant also turned in letter around the same time you did. Did not do check-ins in that child cycles, and that was a third last location for her, I think, besides 20 skulls and ring chest.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally understand, like, chickens weren't a really good check to do, but I knew that we had either hookshot or magic, like free somewhere. So because of Epona being on Burning Cack and Shadow being Wolf, and we didn't have much thing open in adults, so there has to be something in child.
Yeah. Well, you guys did have ice as a logical play, but that was really the last.
After
big
chickens, I was going to ice.
Yeah.
And Destiny Grotto as well. But yeah, I really felt I had lost when I saw the hookshot on chickens.
Yeah. Phant's currently, I think, at least looking for the boomerang. She did quit in race time, but I think she at least wants to find the boomerang, or at least, the item in Wave here in Shed, which she knows is probably boomerang at their finish time. And shout outs to all the big chests here in Shed.
Yeah, I was sweating a lot.
Well, on the bright side of all those big chests, at least they weren't like anything useful. It wasn't like long shot or hammer to like make you think, oh, long shot, go GTG or something.
Maybe nothing that can bait you to bail.
Yeah.
But I think in any case, I would have finished Shadow anyway, because at this point, when I was in Shadow, I was like, I lost. I just keep going. So
yeah, it was interesting. You guys had some different routes in the beginning, and like you did a really nice job of routing in your time of day stuff early on. But on the other side, Phant did a great job too of like having lullaby for some of the fairy checks. I think like you skipped Castle Fairy but got the hints because you didn't have lullaby and then Trail Fairy. So like this race really could have shifted either way just on that one hook shot.
I about a lullaby. When we got Requiem, I didn't want to play it directly because I wanted to go to DC through Lost Woods and like Grand City DMC. And then while doing that, I was thinking to myself like, but if ZL is on Colossus, like you're so dumb. And I think I got lucky on that. Because not finding hookshot, I was scared about the DMT fairy.
Yeah, always scary when you're down to like a handful of checks and you orphan one or two of those. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. While I was doing Forest, I was raging so hard for not finding magic in it.
Oh, were you also hoping? Because I was wondering, like, if either of you would be like, please let the magic not be in here. Let this be some weird logic mess, because...
Indeed. I was like, no magic, and till the very end, I was happy, and then Garan
we thought it would be the classic Forest of nothing, and then Phantom's like, oops, here you go.
Hey Phant, GG's.
GG's.
The classic last location. That's what I'm known for.
Yeah, well, the hookshot was nasty.
Yeah, I think maybe the commentators know better, but I think the only other check I had in Logic was Jabu 1. Boomerang chest.
I think we said Jabu 1 and 20 skulls you hadn't done yet.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't done 20 skulls.
I think that was literally it, though.
But 20 skulls without boomerang and hookshot, it's terrible.
It's, really unlucky today, Phant.
Yep. I'm not surprised. It happens to me all the time, so I'm used to it.
But
like the choice to go to Kaki's for free chicken, like, it's only one check, and
it's tough, especially because you don't have storms to like route the well in with it, or anything else really, or
Yeah.
Not having Sun Song early to maybe do Dompe Dig and chickens together.
Mhm. And it's also really weird because in this child section you find strength 2, then strength 3, even though OGC is dead, but
I
was-
like
actually did
you
not
have
get
ice, you have spirit, and you're like, wow, where am I going?
That was actually Phant's first strength on the spinning pot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Phant did get that quite a bit before you.
Okay.
But yeah, either way.
And I'm still glad that Ipona was hinted on burning cack, because otherwise GTG could become something by reversing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually the
we-
primary reason I went to Ice Cavern. Because
Mm.
I miswrote down my hints that Epona Song was an Ice Cavern. So I was doing like the mental math of, what is most likely to have hookshot. And I was like, dang, I go to Ice Cavern, there's 3 unknown checks plus the 3 in Zora's Fountain, and then Epona Song, which is access to a whole GTG area and Big Poe. And then to my surprise, when I pulled it up into a Sun Song, I was like, oh yeah. I literally miswrote it down in my notes that it was Epona Song. I probably would have gone to CAC a lot earlier if I didn't do that.
But anyway, the way you thought about that seems pretty legit because of the checks and Fontaine Ice. After chickens, I was going to Ice.
Yeah, I think Ice was still fine, even if you had, wrote it down as Suns, you would have still been like, oh, it's the densest play left in the game. So it just turned out to only have that mirror shield.
Yeah, so that was another thing. Like, as soon as I found hookshot, I was like, the only thing that could save me here is one, if my opponent did the exact same thing as I did, which, well, that wasn't the case.
Close though.
But 2, they don't go Ice Cavern, and it's Mirror Shield locked in Spirit. So as soon as I was like, if it's Barren Forest, the first place I'm going to is Spirits, and then I knew if I found Magic on the way, that was it. So as soon as I killed Phantom again, and that was the writing on the wall, I was like, all right, GG, well done. Good luck in the round of 16.
It's funny because we pretty much felt the same thing. When I found the hookshot, I was like, okay, I lost. And then I found the magic, and I was like, okay, I just lost so hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
there's never really a convenient time to check chickens. I still think, even when you have the reduced chicken set of 3 chickens versus the original 7, I still think it's just an awful check, one of the worst checks to do in the game. Even sped up, it's just really, really bad. So I generally try to avoid it, but sometimes it's going to be the answer.
Yeah, I was just scared because we still had Nocturne, so since it's 3 chickens, one might think that, yeah, why not? I'm going to chicken. So yeah, I was kind of scared because the only time I went to Kaka's Child was by night. So yeah, but chicken seeds are always weird.
Oh, they're always garbage.
Oh man, I had major flashbacks to last year's first SGL brackets race, where both runners hard logical last location their magic meter on chickens, and made that seed about half an hour longer than it probably could have been. It didn't much help in that seed that their other magic was on the Composer Grave that neither flame storage due to how the seed went. That's just how it goes sometimes. GG's to you both. Was a good race here. I guess. Oh, one question, Phant. There was a point where you said Marceau, after getting hover boots out of the DMC grotto, you went immediately to get the song from Crater. Phant, you got that later and then went into fire.
That was just at that point I was down to so little left of what I could possibly do. So that was kind of just me racking my brain. Is like, what single-digit number of checks are left, and kind of autopiloted into Fire Temple. And as soon as I opened up the first check, that's when I remembered. Oh yeah, this was a Baron choice. So that was just a mental lapse right there.
Yeah, I figured probably just a momentary brain fart. Just wanted to ask because it's like, huh? Where are you going? But he had genuinely forgotten you hadn't gotten the song, which that did make sense. Like if it had been storms, that would have opened up checks, but nope.
Mhm. Yep.
Just song.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe it's storms, because that could have been something you get very early. Yeah. But yeah, outside of chickens, this was a very linear seed. I'd imagine if you did chickens quite early, this could have like easily been a hour 20 seed.
Yeah.
With how quick everything was, and just all child dungeons being super fast, and that was the only thing out there. Every other check, every other important item was hinted at or like directly along the way.
Yeah, because like if you do chickens, you skip spirits. Was a pretty good sized time sink for you both. Things like failed.
Yeah,
The
Field
sorted
Valley,
letterlock
Spirit
checks.
Ice. You could have skipped
I think
quite
I
a bit.
spent... No, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just rattling off all the things you both went through to wind up at chickens when you could have.
I think
probably shaved off 20 minutes.
Yeah, I spent probably 20 to 25 minutes on that check section before finding hookshot.
Yeah. Because you didn't even need all 3 strength upgrades either, even though you found all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was quite amusing.
Yeah, we definitely had a bit of a thinking moment when it's like, okay, what is the spirit key layout and what does this tell us? Because you had stuff for it, but you didn't have a hookshot, you didn't have magic, and we know this, this seed with this dungeon layout, the item requirements are pretty low. Like, let's keep an eye on this keys, and it probably worked out for you guys that you guys got logically key lagged out immediately, basically. Because it was an immediate, oh, there's a magic lock. Oh, there's a hookshot lock. Alright, you're out of here.
Do we happen to have the spoiler to know where the other hookshot was? Where the other magic was?
I'm afraid not, because these are
All
Gin
right.
Undead fields.
I'm guessing spirits or Ganon's castle. Because I checked everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, with golds, I wouldn't doubt Ganon's just having one.
At some point, I was so confused and stressed that when I found strength 3, I was like, yeah, okay, so be the boomerang in light trial, and then I look at my tracker and was like, oh wait.
Yeah, so Morceau, you're gonna be in the round of 16 against either Ikola or Keisinja. Any thoughts on that potential matchup?
Monka W. Yeah, well, I guess RIP, but either way, I'd rather face Ikola because he's a fellow French runner and one of the best.
For sure, one of the best runners in the game, definitely.
So, yeah, I learned a lot from him. So, yeah, facing him in an official tournament would be really nice. But, I mean, let's wait for the match versus Xinja and let the rando gods speak.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. That is on Tuesday here, as Phant taking down Baronade. Obviously your timer stopped when you quit, so I have no idea what your time. So I'm not sure what your final time would be.
It's like a 2:05 or something. I don't know.
That's
somewhere
what I'm
around
thinking.
That range.
Yeah. But yeah, just chickens and ice cavern is a big
it's pretty
one.
much the time to go to ice, do ice, and probably some other checks that I didn't do.
Yeah, all the checks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Well, Phant, sorry your SGL run ends here, but I know you've been doing a lot of cool things lately. You did the Flame Fatales Zooter co-op with Nuclear.
I did.
Uh,
I did.
And any other cool things coming up on your stream?
I'm debating what to do today. You know, maybe you three can decide. Because after I restart with the delay gone, I was either going to do like some KH2 rando or do some Super Mario Odyssey practice. What would you want to see? But yeah, I've been doing just a lot of different randos, casual playthroughs of games, and I've been learning how to speedrun Super Mario Odyssey. I had like this incentive 1 month where I was like, chat picks the speedrun. I learned they pick Odyssey, any percent. So trying to get good at that.
Yeah,
I just love
Odyssey.
playing anything. Yeah.
Odyssey is a great game, so it's cool to see you learning that speedrun.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't have a preference between those things, man.
Maybe the SpeedGaming chat has a preference for what they would like to see.
How about you, Marcel? What's going on your channel?
Spreading seeds. most of the time without Mike.
Any more races today, or 2 wins enough for you?
Yeah, I think I'm done for the day, and I hesitated to do the weekly this afternoon, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look like a
jeez,
longer
yeah.
one.
Yeah, usually I play like
Usually you and I both are in the EU weekly in the morning for me, but
yeah.
both having our matches here.
And sometimes recently I did some like race reviews for people wanting to improve, and like we are watching their race and discussing with them about what they could have done better, or how, or the way I think about a seed, or when I decide to go somewhere, what do I like decide and wait on my decisions.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about this community. Is just the friendliness of, you guys reviewing seeds together, or I know Phant's been putting out all kinds of guides for tricks and stuff.
Yeah, I need to get back on that. So busy lately.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really nice to see from the community all helping each other out get better.
Yeah, I think it's important, and that's something I really liked when I joined OTR community, and like all the improvement I've made on the past few months are because people gave me advices, or because I watch people play. And
You've done very well considering, Marcel, since you only started Rando 8 months ago.
yeah, I watched Rando for much longer, like maybe a year longer than when I started to play, so I had already, like, I knew all the checks already. I had some basics, and then I watched Ecola and Cariosa a lot.
Yeah, that does
Definitely two of the best options there.
Yeah, Cariosa is really hard to not copy. I don't have the word, that it's really hard to understand what he does sometimes.
Some of his logic and
Yeah,
going from
yeah.
it works
Ecola
for him.
is more like I don't know if it's the word, but pragmatic. Is it a word in English?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's easier to understand what he does because it's always logical and going for the most probabilities to find something.
Yeah.
And it's really consistent.
Yeah, they're both pretty good runners. They're both also in these brackets, actually. You might face Equal in next round, and if
Mhm.
You win next round, you might get Carioso after that. 'Cause he's
Yeah,
also in
I
your
noticed
side
that.
of the bracket.
Yeah, Karios is pretty good. Yeah. I've only beaten them a handful of times ever. So
Yeah, even though
Yeah.
I have the luck of my life versus either Ikola or Xinja, I think Karyosa will be my limit. Can't be lucky twice in a row.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, there are certainly a good representation of the Francophone community here. We've got, besides the people just mentioned, we've also got, Barbu,
Mhm.
what the hells are both Québécois. We've got Alexis, Cariosa, Revoked 41 is also French, I believe. And then
Yes.
Nicola and yourself, as well as Cariosa. So a whole bunch
Yeah.
of French people here. Always nice to see.
yeah, and Europe in general has a very, very strong OT representation. I feel like a lot of the top players are from Europe. I know because every time I do a tournament, I have to schedule with Europeans, and it's so hard.
Yeah, this is not an exhaustive list because I don't have everyone's nationalities memorized. So let's see. Hell Knights, just going down the bracket. Hell Knights from Luxembourg. Cola's German. Um,
I think Crez is French as well. I'm not sure, but I think he is.
no, Krez is not French. I'd have to go look up the
Oh, okay.
form fill. But Krez, I had him filed mentally somewhere as being French
I
as
think
well.
I
But
got baited because oh no, I just I thought about another person actually.
um,
Alex is French. Well,
yeah, Alexis is French. Krez, if I can find him on this list here. Krez is U.S.
oh, okay.
But yeah, let's see. Barbu, Chuckles is from the UK. Let's Clay is also German. Alexis is French. And Volk are French. K Sinja is German as well.
Too much power over there. I don't know what they put in the water.
And yeah, what the hell is speaking French as well? But I think he's from Canada.
He's Quebecois.
Yeah, Quebec.
We definitely have some international representation. We actually do have one of our very few Latin American runners in the brackets as well. Fabio is from Chile. Over there up in he's off against Signing in round 1 there.
USA, I let you down.
Uh-oh. The weight's on me now.
Oh, no.
Sure is.
Yeah, this part of the bracket is really Monkaes as well.
Yeah,
Exodus is really strong from the quals, and there Fabio is really strong. I do know from Majora's Mask he's like really good.
he's one of the best MMR players yet.
Yeah.
Gav is not Gav. Mario as well over there. Drew's
It's
not
certainly stacked from this point forward.
It
But-
sure is. Exodus is also I believe a top OT vanilla speedrunner as well, which certainly helps. Not remembering which category off the top of my head right now. Yeah, getting this down for you here, Phant, on restreaming. With that, I have about run out of questions and things to talk about.
I think I have as well, unless our runners have anything left they want to add.
Nah, nothing else other than good luck in the round of 16.
Man, thanks. I will probably need that luck.
Yeah, so GG's there, fam, as well. 205 or so. What a seed.
Yeah, sure is.
So, give both of these runners a follow, Phant and MorceauLion, as well as my co-com Angle, another runner in rackets, and our tracker, Shannock. Let's see. Coming up ahead on the schedule, this is the final race of the day.
Yeah, many thanks for the restream and good luck for the next rounds. I think for the first round there are a lot of restreams, so
And GG, Banit.
yep. Bye.
Alright, and so check out the schedule there. Coming up ahead, we got one race tomorrow at 9 Eastern, Signy versus Favio. Free on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern is going to be K-Sinja versus E. Cola, as previously discussed. And then at 8 p.m. we'll have a pair of races. Mario versus Krez and Nvidia versus Nath. Got Alexis versus Breadcon, Crew versus Gavroni as well on the schedule, and then we'll have a few more round 1 matches that still need to be scheduled. So keep an eye out on that, and keep an eye on SpeedGaming channels, SpeedGaming 1 through 6, as well as any sister channels if you speak Portuguese, German, French, or Spanish. Their SpeedGaming does have alternate language channels as well for more action. That will be it for us here. Thank you for watching all. We will see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.